So, what are some use cases though with crawl, walk, run? Crawl is just building a foundation. These are pretty common standard use cases at this point. I'm curious, does anyone know when AI web research was first available? Using AI powered web search. If anyone has an idea, you can throw it in the chat. Um, I'll tell you. Oh, looks like someone's
Oh,
responding.
hang on. And I know this is a tech person, so one
One
year
year
ago.
ago. 1 year ago. That is correct. It has only been 1 year, and it seems like we've been having this conversation. Lucky guess. Um, I mean, I suppose it's been around longer at, maybe some enterprise levels or, whatever, but, for public consumption, AI web search, where you can ask a question, press a button, and it has access to Google or Firecrawl or anything, Tavili, etc. There's new companies now that are just purely AI web search. So that's only a year old. We've had this conversation now for a year. Is AI just a better Google? And the answer is kind of. You can use Google through AI. You can write a prompt, and AI uses its natural language processing. It uses all of that brain power to understand what you're actually searching for and go and use something like Perplexity or Tvili to search for many, many, many things. It would take you, an hour to click through all the links and copy everything. It can go and do that in a few seconds. Um, Anyone can do that. If you can Google something, you can use AI for AI research. Um, Image generation. I don't think anyone is here who has not seen some sort of AI generated image on social media. It's very scary. To be honest with you, it's very scary how much it has developed in the last like 3 months. Um, Used to have issues with hands and the number of fingers and facial features and everything kind of looked like a Salvador Dali, you know, everything was running together. And now it's some of them are pretty indistinguishable. You can prompt that with a sentence. Make a picture of a horse, jumping through a hoop or something, right? It'll do it. No training, no education required. Brainstorming. I use this all the time to help me think through concepts when we put together new education content. Help me take this outline for a course that I have and find any gaps that are missing, right? We're working on a really in-depth course right now at Hatz about prompt engineering, and it's kind of meta. I'm using prompt engineering to help me write a course about prompt engineering. So I wrote the outline. A human, I didn't use AI for it. A human wrote the outline, and I gave it to AI and said, what things might I be missing that the average user would expect from a course like this? And it came up with three really solid gaps that I had that I did not have in that course. So brainstorming is great. File analysis. Got quarterly reports. I have sales data for my company. I have historic data. I want to organize it and catalog it, but I want to find trends. We have a few training courses at Hatz for onboarding and for, it's a Hatz AI champion course. So it covers adoption and prompt engineering and AI history. But at the beginning of all of those courses, we have a survey. What's your job title? How are you using AI currently? And at the end, what did you learn from this course? Pretty standard stuff. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of responses, like 100,000 rows of data points. There's no way that I'm going to go through all that. I'm not too great at Excel myself. We can just give that to AI and ask it to find trends, run a sentiment analysis, and put together a report for the board. It's amazing how much it can do with just a few quick prompts. So all of these things, and if you have any other ideas for crawl, right, for crawl use cases, feel free to drop those in the chat or just share some use case ideation that you're going through with your team. But these are things that we would consider crawl. Anyone can do these. Immediate time to value, no training, no special implementation required.